Hello, time for a movie summary by yours truly. Humor included. There will be spoilers. The movie opens with an orphanage in Raccoon City run by Umbrella, a pharmaceutical corporation. Nothing weird there. Chris and Claire Redfield have been orphaned years earlier than in the video games and live at the orphanage. A deformed woman, Lisa Trevor, looks good compared to her character from the games. A deformed woman, Lisa Trevor, wearing human faces on herself, lurks in the dark, scaring little girl Claire. Okay, that's weird. Scientist William Birkin also seems to have time to hang around here. Guess that virus project isn't going well. Birkin's appearance is also acceptable from his game counterpart. Time jump! September 30th, 1998. Text scroll informs the audience Umbrella and citizens have evacuated the city for some reason. Instant confusion for viewers, or at least me, who just up and abandons a large town. Supposedly the poor remain behind. Again, for some reason. Cops chill in a diner with hungover, scruffy Leon Kennedy. Apparently, it's Leon Kennedy. Hanging around. He's not white like his character in the games. Well, maybe half white? Anyway, it's the long, unkempt hair of a rookie cop that gets me. Not realistic, I feel. Wesker has a shaved head and no sunglasses. Okay, acceptable. Jill is black. Half black? She has long curly hair. Richard Aiken is also here and, he's fine. They joke around. Not Leon. He's alone, but Jill steals Wesker's sandwich and calls it, bear with me, a Jill sandwich. Also, rude. If a betrayal happens later, blame Jill. Meanwhile, elsewhere, a truck drives through the rain toward Raccoon City. Claire Redfield, also an acceptable appearance from game to movie, hitchhiked. Truck hits zombie, truck driver's dog is a Doberman. Lick zombie blood. Claire stares into the woods, and I have no idea what she's looking at. The lingering shot seems to suggest something. Claire breaks into her brother's home. Illegal! Instead of calling out to her brother, she quietly explores his house, eats old pizza sitting out. Ew. Puts on a football helmet. Why? Claire is weird now. Also, apparently she thinks Chris, who's the only one to look like the video game counterpart, unless you count Lisa Trevor. She thinks Chris is into Jill, although the game series and this movie don't seem to think so. Therefore, this line is, haha? Claire shows a video of good old reporter Ben. His appearance is fine. Claiming Umbrella accidentally polluted the water supply of Raccoon City. We doomed! He seems half-hearted and vague in his reveal, so Chris doesn't care and thinks Claire is criminally stupid. Maybe. Oh, Chris is a cop working with the diner cops. Not uniformed cops like Leon or the two that were briefly seen in the diner. If there's still a special team, I barely picked up on that. I mean, it might have been mentioned in dialogue. There's nothing obvious that stands out. Nothing that happens. A siren goes off, warning people of danger. Why? I thought this was all hush-hush for Umbrella. Confused. Chris leaves for the Raccoon Police Department, and Claire is driven from the house by infected citizens, who are still alive yet zombies? For some reason. She follows her brother to look for him at the RPD, Raccoon Police Department. I still don't get the deal with the siren. Anyway, cops are joking around in their office. Apparently it's their default mode, these guys. Same guys from the cafe, plus a few more. Helicopter pilot Brad Vickers, appearance is fine, is there with diner cops and Chris, all of whom I will hereby refer to as special cops. Chris says he wants to be wrapped in Wesker's big arms or something to that effect. You're welcome, shippers of Chris and Wesker. Chief Irons, who also has a fine appearance to his game part, appears to ruin the fun. I wasn't having fun, so I'm happy to hear his announcement or whatever he has to say. He gives a too long speech I don't follow, and now has left me bored and wanting him to stop talking. Couldn't this time be used for zombies in this zombie movie? The 2 uniformed cops who appeared earlier at the diner have gone missing. Wesker gets notice via PDA in his locker that Raccoon City will be destroyed at 6 a.m. Okay. If you ever wonder what time it is from here on out, don't worry. This movie's got your back. There are constant, unwanted title cards to tell you. I think the director and writers lack imagination. Special cops go to a mansion to look for missing cops. The mansion is great, so of course we're given dark rooms and exploding rooms to minimize the visual enjoyment we get. Surprise! Zombies! Lots all in the same area ready to rush people. Chris Redfield and Richard Aiken end up in identical danger, trapped against walls by multiple zombies each. Guess who survives? It's Chris. Of course it's Chris. Oh, that exploding room? That was Brad in the helicopter crashing it after a zombie smashed into the cockpit while he was waiting outside. Sorry, Brad. Characters are dying and we barely knew them. Where's Barry Burton? Rebecca Chambers? Characters not found. Wesker's following PDA instructions as he was hired to steal a virus and expose Umbrella's secrets. Not sure how Umbrella wasn't exposed by now, but going with it. Bad Wesker, don't work for someone else and leave your team behind. Jill is disappointed. You shouldn't have eaten his sandwich, Jill. I knew this would happen. Wesker just seems dumb and isn't a bad guy anymore. He's just doing stuff, like everyone else in this movie. At the RPD, we barely get to see this building. Great settings wasted. Leon Kennedy sucks as usual. For a rookie cop, he sure doesn't seem to want the job. The gate and front doors are wide open, for some reason, and he's asleep with music buds in his ear at the front desk. Truck driver from earlier got bit by his infected dog. Zombie driver crashes in front of the open doors, and Leon sleeps on. Flaming zombie walks into the station, which would be funny if what came before wasn't so bafflingly stupid. Chief Irons to the rescue. He doesn't seem like a bad guy either. Oh, this movie keeps trying to make William Birkin a thing. The scientist guy. It's not working. Back to Irons, who knows enough to know it's time to GTFO. He flees, leaving the last guy at the station, Leon, in charge. Because it doesn't matter anymore. Umbrella soldiers in gas masks shoot anyone trying to leave town, however. Camera zooms in on one. Are you hunk? Are you hunk? I don't get it. Why is this happening? Why is anything happening? So Irons, who is magically bullet-free after his car was sprayed multiple times, returns to the station. He is almost eaten by a zombie dog in the parking garage, but Claire arrives in time to save him. For a fresh, out-of-training rookie cop, Liam barely seems to know how to use guns. He finds reporter Ben in a cell, who yells at him to get him out before his fellow cell occupant becomes a zombie. Yeah, no. He dead, because he died in the games, and instead of giving him a cool or proper movie death, they opt to make Ben and Leon have the combined intelligence of 0. Ben is zombie food despite grabbing Leon's gun, and so Leon joins Claire and Irons to the orphanage to escape via secret Umbrella tunnel. Things just happen and exist here, folks. Game fans and non-game fans alike are going to be confused. A lot, or at least some of the time. A liquor kills Irons because Leon doesn't understand a finger to the lips hush means to be quiet. Leon should die because he's an idiot here, but Lisa has some moves and wrestles the liquor down. Guess she's not a threat either. WTF does this movie have against villains? We'll pretend her victims' faces aren't attached to her body then. Wesker finds Birkin in the secret lab with his wife and daughter. Wife and daughter sums up their existence here, that is all. They don't matter. Like everyone else in this movie, really. Birkin is dumb to try and pull a gun on a dude with a gun aimed at him while he stands in the open. He dead. Wife grabs the gun and is shot in the head. Waste of a character. LOL on this one, people. Just a hoot over here. Sherry grabs the gun. They are not a smart family. Wesker hesitates to shoot a little girl, and Jill arrives and shoots Wesker without trying to subdue him or try to warn him in a less lethal manner. He dies, apologizing. Waste of a character. Oh, Jill found Chris previously, firing obviously no actual bullets in that scene. And they went after Wesker in the escape path out of the mansion. But wait! Birkin injected himself with his virus. He mutates and Chris plays diversion for Jill and Sherry to run. Mutated Birkin looks good, but is too hammy. It's embarrassing how hammy this guy does it up. You can't take it seriously. It's no longer scary. A few bullets kill him. Wow. That was easy. Claire and Leon meet up with the three at an underground train too late, but not late enough. The train derails when the mansion and town explode from beneath. Umbrella had explosives prepped underground? Cover-up failure? Who knows? The five unfortunately all survive. Birkin skipped stage 2 and mutates into stage 3, attacking the train and survivors. The CG, the computer-generated effects, is terrible with this stage of the mutation. He's not scary, and especially his face looks super fake. It's just laughable. Leon uses a rocket launcher on mutated Birkin while Chris and Claire are standing near him. So they're dead. I'm just kidding. They're fine. Not so much as a cut or bruise. Credits! Phew. I made it through cradling my game series loving head in shame and frustration only a few times. No. Mid-credits scene. Wesker is alive for no good reason. You took away his backstory that would allow for resurrection. You can't have it both ways! Wesker's eyes hurt. Whatever could be done to fix this? Sunglasses! Ugh. F you, movie. This entire movie is basically just token images thrown in for game fans. Ada Wong gave them to him and is just here because the movie wants to throw in as much from the first 2 games as they can, even when it makes no sense. Yay? Okay, we're actually done now. As bad as the last live-action series was, this movie was still better. Which makes me sad, because this movie was total crap. I really wanted it to surprise me. I did. I wanted a good Resident Evil movie so bad. So bad. Maybe don't try to turn 2 stories into one. Maybe don't put in video game characters if they aren't anything like the game characters. Maybe don't use cool settings like the mansion, Raccoon Police Department, or Raccoon City if you're going to breeze through them. Maybe don't turn villains into not villains. And here's a controversial one. Maybe hire better writers and directors to make movies. What are your thoughts on this movie? What did you like? What didn't you like? I hope you enjoyed my take on the movie. Feel free to agree or disagree in the comments. Like and subscribe. Bye!